Good evening and welcome back to Beerage. As expected, the world markets are still in a swoon and the dollar is rising. What does dollar rising mean for the rest of the world? Dollar mean rising means for the rest of the world, the news is not so good because everything they import will become more expensive and everything that they export will all they can export more. So while some exporters are happy that the dollar is going up, mostly if nations will suffer, especially when they have inelastic exports. What do you may mean by inelastic exports? Exports which cannot be cut down to size without hurting the economy. Now, for example, let us take the example of the Indian economy. The Indian economy's imports are inelastic. That is, it imports 80%, 85% of its crude requirement. Therefore, without crude, there can be no transport or energy. So, 85% of India's energy requirement is imported. And this is inelastic because otherwise the economy would collapse. And therefore, this is an inelastic export. Second, gold. The government may feel that gold is not important, but when times of high inflation and low returns from banks, gold becomes the investors' choice of investment to protect value. India's gold import is continuing to grow, and even now there are reports that the government may try to ban gold imports into India. That would be stupidity because then most of us will use smuggled gold or alternate forms of gold, and therefore you cannot stop or even ban gold, however you may like it. Third, all our vegetable oil is imported, whether it is soya oil or sunflower oil or palm oil, everything has to come from abroad. This makes our life extremely difficult when, especially when the rupee gets weakened, and we have to import from the countries which will accept payment only in US dollars and not in their currency. This puts enormous pressure on the import bill. When import bills goes up and exports stagnate or even slightly fall because of recessionary conditions, the trade deficit or the gap between import and exports will increase. This net services income also includes people remitting money from abroad. All this will mean the current account would normally be in surplus, but here this time current account surplus is negative. The last time I checked, the Reserve Bank has sold more than 537. The last time when I checked, the reserves of the Indian government had dropped to $537 billion, and more was coming because companies needed to repay credit and they needed the Reserve Bank to put up the cash. One of the companies discussing the prepayment of its debentures, zero coupon bonds, is Rakesh Jhunjhunwala and his wife's company, Rare Enterprises. Rare Enterprises is now looking at a methodology by which it can ask Barclays to prepay its loan ability and withdraw it and free its security. A meeting of all the creditors is due. Rare Enterprises has called for a meeting of all its creditors. It's trying to prepay its loans from other sources of where it has generated cash. Last year, it had borrowed 500 crores from one of Barclays Arms to invest in Zydus Wellness's animal medicine business. And now, it as money is becoming dearer, Rare would like to pay off that debt and concentrate only on long-term investments. As after the passing of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, the company has turned extremely conservative and wants to focus only on long-term issues. Another company which is in serious trouble and is mulling different ways to remove cash is Vedanta's Agarwal. I have always pointed out that Vedanta's Agarwal has been in a borrowing binge and as in an increasing interest rate cycle is going to be in serious trouble. As interest rates have increased, what he has done is now he called for a board meeting, passed a resolution, allowing him to tap resources of the company. What do I mean by resources? Vedanta and its subsidiary, especially Hindustan Zinc, has large, huge amounts of cash. Vedanta's Agarwal has been trying desperately to raise this cash for other users for some time. Now he is organized for a annual general body meeting where a resolution is supposed to be passed where the money in the balance sheet reserves can be transferred to the account and can be deployed somewhere else. This is basically because in several of his businesses he is unable to service debt, and this putting enormous pressure. Since the government has not signed off and allowed him to completely control Hindustan Zinc, though he is the majority shareholder, he needs to tap the money through Vedanta so that he can prepay some of his debt and start a new business. But as of today, Vedanta is struggling with debt. Anybody who has foreign debt is struggling and will be finished by the time this period of dollar tightening is over. At the very core, what is happening is the US tightening has meant that the US's tightening policy as a result of its sufferings due to COVID is now beginning to affect the world. And in a reflexive way, a tightening US dollar is affecting currencies across the globe, and they will have to sacrifice an independent monetary policy and raise aggressively as Americans to maintain their parity at world levels. Otherwise, it is very clear as the year passes, the dollar will get more and more expensive. Let us wait and watch to see how the Americans move forward from here. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this content, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written two books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.